Cos'es?
Alright, another live stream is live!
Yeah, Cookie Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, so today we're gonna have a special live stream. In a few minutes, once this baby starts rolling and Brennan tells me that it's actually live, there'll be another guest we're going to have today. And his name is going to be... Glasses, Hat, and Mask.
Glasses, hat, and mask. That is a sexy name.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh god, it's so beautiful. It's a delicious name, Brandon. So tell me, is the live stream kinda, sorta living?
Not yet.
Yes, it is. Refresh yourself, you Maury.
I gotta check myself before I refresh myself.
Yes? Yes?
Okay, I can see it now.
Okay, I want you to listen. There's voices come through. Yes? Winning?
Hold on, I'm hearing two of you. I can't hear. Yes, I hear him. I hear the other old.
Okay, good. Then we're back in business. And
Good, yeah.
And today we have a special guest. His name is Clown. Hell yeah, Clown.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, you can't wait to see it. While you do that, I'll go play some Assassin's Creed.
Ooh, you are still in the menu for the salt key.
I know. I like salt keys.
Salty keys?
Yeah.
No, wait. Oh, God. Why did that remind me of Saw for some reason?
There'll be a lot of coughing because I cannot breathe in this thing at all.
Yeah, he decided to asphyxiate himself. It's for the love of all the people.
No, it's sexual asphyxiation. I get a kick out of it.
Oh, my.
Did the face show up yet? It should have been showing up already.
Oh, it just showed up now. Oh, very classy.
Well, unfortunately, what you see is not really the same what I'm saying because it's like 10 minutes in the past.
It is okay, though. I can imagine your evil eyebrows.
So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you like this?
It is a very good product, yes.
How good?
Oh, enough to get 10 bottled messages.
Do you know how much they cost me?
How much it cost you?
Absolutely nothing. I found it.
Oh, like everything else I wear.
I have $1,000 on my bank account, but I still find things that I like.
See, now that is called Mujik.
Mujik?
No!
Just Mujik? Oh, I have to lower the sound again.
Oh, did you hear that crunching noise? That was me accidentally throwing a perfectly good candy cane into the trash can.
Where's options? Oh, there they are.
Options. Options. She is not a very good lady.
Why not? What did you do to her? Oh, you're black. Never mind.
Black have no options.
Oh, winning. All right, Brendan. So apparently we have to talk about Machinima topics while I play this. So, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I don't know, but head bobbing. Do you kinda want to talk about head bobbing again? We always talk about it. Might as well talk again.
Oh, if we talk about the head bobbing, or
and by the way, I'm not bobbing my head right now because I'm actually concentrating on something. If I was actually talking, I probably would have moved my hands around like, oh really? Are you sure about that? Would you like a cookie? I want a scone. Thank you very much. Go fuck yourself.
And if you were Italian, you wouldn't be able to talk otherwise.
No, ma papita, la autriciata, la tavola frittata.
Just, you have to make a pizza with your hands while you talk.
I love making pizza. It's so easy. And if you make it right, it's even delicious.
Oh, I'd hope it was always delicious.
Probably in the course of this live stream, I'm going to take everything off because it's very hot. Very, very hot in here.
Okay, so then, let us talk about the head bobbing then.
Yeah.
Okay, so, why do we head bob?
Yeah.
Because it looks natural, right? Ow! Bit my tongue. Ow! Okay, we head bob because it looks natural and makes characters look like they're actually saying something instead of being a robot that just goes, I am talking.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo, domo.
Do you remember Domo?
No.
Domo was a very, 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 very odd creature.
Was he a monkey?
Hmm?
Was he a monkey?
No, he looked like an enormous fudge pop with a mouth and arms and legs. He was like sponge. He was like a brown SpongeBob.
Oh, he was a shit bob.
but with a bigger mouth.
Whoa. Oh my. Oh my. Now we're talking sizes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I bit my tongue.
Oh wait, Brandon. I'm hiding my face. How many people do you think will be bothered by that? But you said you never hide your face. Brandon, how many times I didn't hide my face?
Oh, more than enough. More than enough.
And plus, I like comedy. I like this stuff. Last time I wore a Jango Fett helmet, and that actually worked out pretty well.
It had that epic. I think people liked the built-in helmet effect it gave you.
But it didn't have effect. I actually edited after. It wasn't done live. That was pre-recorded. So I actually made the helmet effect. You know, Dasite.
Cheating.
That's an arbiter. You hit bird all the time. It creates an epic sound effect. I'm like, hello. I just did it afterwards. Winning.
No, it's the magic of post-production.
Right? You can do anything in post-production. Why do you think models look so good?
They actually released a news thing, where an older model looked back in time and just looked at her old modeling pictures that they photoshopped the hell out of, and actually said, "Yeah, normal people don't look like this."
I'm not a normal person anymore.
Normal person. There was also a really nice college student who acted like Photoshop was one of the newest skin creams. You know, she made an advertisement about it saying like, why use any other medication when Photoshop clears up everything? And she did like side-by-side shots of her with and without Photoshop.
Photo boobs winning.
I'm just saying, most women would look perfectly attractive if they just learned how to smile.
Oh, don't forget not to do the duck faces.
Yeah. We need a legitimate smile, not that.
Like this. Look. I'm gonna do a duck face. Oh, wait, I can't do it. I'm wearing a mask.
I don't think that's going to work, Mikey.
Wait, did somebody ring the bell?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll continue playing.
Oh, you keep on playing.
Yeah.
And I shall talk about the head bobbing because it is very necessary. Is it necessary? I think that's a stylistic choice.
Winning?
But yes, very winning. If you do it, good for you.
What if you don't do it?
Then you sometimes cannot tell which character is talking. And
But
that is
wait,
bad.
don't you remember who is who?
If you're somebody who comes into a series not knowing who is who from the get-go, then you're going to have a bad time.
Oh, I forgot to put something down. I forgot to put down clown cam.
Oh, clown.
Get it? Get it? Clown cam?
Shut up, I'm gonna play Pokemon.
Wait, is somebody is coming? No. Yeah, I don't live alone, so it'll be really weird if they come in and see me like this.
You just whip around.
I'm like,
hey guys,
what are you doing? YouTube? It's like, you're 23 years old. Oh crap, I was right! Give me a second. I was right. Give me a second. Brandon, continue talking.
Okay then. I'll just keep on talking about how Mikey just got potentially caught by his parents who probably looked at him funny for wearing a mask. Hold on. Let's wait until it gets back. Da, da, da. All you people at the cam are probably just now seeing this, so brilliant. Oh my. Okay, so let's distract you with something else. How are you guys liking the new Pokemon so far, by the way? Because I have not gotten it, and I want it, but no. You're going to pay 200 or so bucks for a 3DS, and that's not worth it, really? Or maybe some of you think it is. Oh my. Oh, is he back? Is he back? No, he's not back. Okay, I guess you guys are stuck with me for a little bit longer then. Well, the stream has gone black. I hear something. Oh, okay, so he's not back yet. Okay, well, I mean, I guess since we're already on the topic of Halo Machinima, how about we talk about something like, I don't know, if you don't know which character is which, yeah, that's what we talked about. If you don't know which character is which, how would you define a character? And it also brings me up to one topic that I really like would be the signature weapons and armor and everything else that characters sometimes have. What? I'm writing. uh, I heard you coming, so I stopped. I was like, "What are you?" Okay then. Well, I was what I was talking what I was talking about was since we already went to the thing about characters head bobbing, and if they don't head bob, you won't know which character is which. I started talking about how you could tell which character is which by, say, the armor they wear. Huh? Oh, well, yeah, well, that. But beyond that, I guess, in a non-talking sense, I guess you would identify certain characters by, I don't know, what they're wearing, what they're holding, do they have a special weapon, that sort of deal. Hmm, a pink sword, huh? Oh my. Well, I don't know. I wanted to use the Mikey. Remember when I was like modding all those weapons together? I made like that weird lance thing. It was epic. Don't lie. It was. It was very winning. And I need to remake it and actually put it in a story, because then it'll be legit. Legitimate Skittles. Because nothing's more legit than Skittles, don't you? One. I prefer moderate head bobbing to tell what characters are saying. It doesn't even have to be totally synced. It just has to look good. Hmm. It yeah, it kind of hurts them if there's a bunch of characters talking at once and all you see is like a camera aiming at someone. Because, I mean, there are sometimes when you're aiming the camera at one person, but another person is talking to that person, so you don't know who really said anything. So a little bit of head bobbing here and there would help. Ugh, wow, that hurt. Ow! Well, no, not yet. I no see no mask. Right now I see... Oh yes, you are going into restricted area though. Be careful. Metal plundered. Why would you have to find extra metal? Just, Just, like, get a bunch of metal sheets onto your, ship and make it look like something out of Resident Evil. You have to watch out for those sea zombies, Well, in zombie movies like, you know, The Walking Dead, I think, they have those armored cars that they just slap metal sheets onto. Uh-huh. Alright, well, Dead Island had it then. Dead Island. I think Resident Evil... Oh yeah, Resident Evil had them good. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that, though. I mean, Resident Evil's totally full of... Well, no, but they... Some people have ruined Resident Evil for me. Those zombie dogs were scary. And then the furries came along and they... Now they became horrifying. I don't care how human-like they look. They're still corpses. They're nasty. Okay, so what were we talking about? Da 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 da. This Pokemon thing. What? Oh yeah. Da 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 da. Oh my. But yeah, I was still talking about like signature armor and weapons. Do you remember back when all the characters, you know, everybody wanted their characters to look so cool, so they always like everybody was wearing parafoil and reach and stuff. Since, you know, parafoil was the only chest piece that looked like it had straps and stuff on it. And it's just like those emo kids always wanting belts and stuff on them. But I'm wondering, like, some people would purposely make characters look a certain way to make them look different, of course. And with Halo Reach, you had a lot of choice, except for with the elites. You know, you could only mess with the armor itself and then the color. You couldn't do too much beyond mix and match, but oh well. And Halo 3 made the Halo 3 elites look weak. Hmm? Oh my. He's gone again. Okay, by the way, guys, if you're watching this, just gonna let you know. The Halo 3 elites look really funny nowadays. Have you ever gone back to Halo 3 from Halo Reach? They look dorky now. That being said, I still want them back in Halo 5. Please, let us play as them. I don't know what he does. Ooh, goodness. Oh, I'm thinking to myself right now. I should start thinking aloud right now then. There's actually a really nice video idea I'm thinking of right now. It might be inspirational to a few people. I guess I'll save that one for later. Ooh. Can anybody... I remember that people on Halo 4 have modded Halo 4 maps and such. And there's a modded game type that lets you combine vehicles. I think they called it like drivable forklift mod or something. What if somebody got some Wraith tanks and turned them into boats? Can somebody make a boat machinima out of that? I actually want to see that now. Oh my god. Mikey, you there?
Yeah.
I just thought of the perfect idea.
Uh-huh.
I'll go into Forge World or Forge Island. Okay. I'll set down a grid under the water.
Oh, it's been done before.
Boats?
Yep.
A machinima?
Yep.
Link me sometime. I want to see it.
Well, not the boat exact one, but I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, since we could combine stuff onto the Wraith tanks anyway.
Yeah, and
we can make both.
how big of a boat do you want?
Well, unfortunately, it won't be that big because, you know, the way the mod works, it sort of doesn't allow for anything like that, but I still want to try it.
Look at my boat. My boat is amazing. Give it a lick. Tastes just like raisins.
Don't you mean resin? Resin!
I'm telling you, it's such a bore to wait until you get what I lost. I had 15 hours or so into the game. I had my ship like kick-ass, but no.
Oh well, at least we get to see you build your ship again.
Yeah, that's why I have all the money saved up. Now I just need
Check
the
out.
metal and just pass a few missions to get in the boat.
Do all the people in there have accents? I could just imagine them being like, "Over the two lads!" You know, it's
Everybody
like
has an accent. Come on, it's like British.
everybody's Scottish in that one.
Scotland Yard.
Oh my! Wait a minute. Is the point of the tip, the what do you call it? The prow of the ship, that
There's
big
a bow, and then there is what you call it, stern.
stern, whatever. The front portion that has the pointy bit on it. I don't know the lingo as much as I would like, but is the whole point of that just so you could slam your ship into something and then just jump onto
No,
the next?
I will show you what that's called a ram, and it's in the key of the ship. It's not that pointy thing is a mast for sails. You really know nothing about ships, do you?
No, I'm sorry that they didn't really cover pirates and old school ships in the history classes around here.
But
They're
it's common
just like-
sense, you silly goose.
I know nothing of the wooden ships.
Wooden sheets? What?
That'd be okay. Just cut for a second. That would be the most painful thing I could think of beyond, I don't know, metal. But
Wooden shits.
I'm a real
Okay, you see this ship right now? You're gonna see me fighting a ship. You see this thing underneath this bow? You'll see it. That's what you call a ram. That's what you use to ram ships with, my amigo.
If you can't dodge it, ram it.
No, I can dodge it, but I wanted to show you what it does. Hello. Winning. Like, absolutely, positively winning. Okay, so head bobbing, we kind of covered it. Forget it. What's next?
I was talking about signature weapons and armor, but I guess that's sort of out of the way now.
Be honest, I don't mind. Obviously, characters have to look distinguishable, but you can't just go ahead and make them to be like super unique in any
Yeah.
way. Because all you see these Spartans wear this heavy, bulky armor. It's not heavy, I mean, it's heavy, but it's not bulky. Spartans are supposed to be. Well, I hate when people say they're walking tanks. No, they're not. They're spec ops. They should be nimble. They have to be stealthy, not like walking tanks like you see in some certain stupid machinimas.
Well, I mean, one of the biggest arguments they have is like, oh, their armor is 2 tons and everything else.
Their armor is not impenetrable.
Yeah.
It's not. Listen, 2 tons. Americans don't know how much 2 tons is. Whatever. I'm not even gonna bother with that.
Whatever. We will say that they are as heavy as like 2 elephants.
Okay, okay. Sergeant Johnson helped out Master Chief to get up in Halo 3 in the beginning of it, so it must be not that heavy, if you think about it.
Well,
What? How are you gonna argue that? I can show you the cinematic.
No, I believe you. I mean, it's one thing, but from what I've read from the books, there's like weird little neural. I don't know how you would say it. The suit itself will overreact to your nerve.
Yeah, it's a robotic suit. It has
Meaning,
robotic elements to it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not the
So when
point.
you try to shrug or something, rather than shrug normally, your shoulders will rocket straight up unless you check yourself.
Check yourself. I like the way
Yeah.
you said that. Yes,
You
the
ha-
clown cam is going to be back. Relax, people, just in case if you're wondering.
Yeah, you know, it takes a lot of self-control to actually shrug in that game, or whatever, in the universe if you're wearing a Spartan suit, since every movement is enhanced anyway. So I would imagine with a little bit of leg movement and stuff, Master Chief was probably helping Johnson pick him up, if they were going to think of that, but... Then again, Sergeant Johnson is like the Chuck Norris of that series, though. So
I like the way you said the Chuck Norris of the series.
you
Know
gotta
what you mean?
admit
He's
it.
Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther is racist. He's
Oh my God. I was hunting one guy for an assassination contract. I get to fight 10,000 ships.
Wait. I always imagine assassination attempts to be really short, but then you think of those old school assassination things where it's like a guy actually gunning through everything.
Fire the broadside.
Mikey, why you no shoot more people? Are your flintlock pistols very, very...
I only have 2 of them, and you have to reload them very slowly. It's not like the wrist gun thingy that Ezio had.
Oh, poor Ezio. He's
Yeah,
damn.
everybody loves Ezio. I loved Altair. I love the old school assassins.
I actually like the name Altair better.
And to be honest, I hated Connor. Connor was boring ass asshole.
Isn't Connor the present day guy?
No, Connor was the last assassin who played us with was Desmond Miles.
Desmond is the present
Desmond,
guy.
yeah, Desmond is he's a present guy. I don't want to give away too much of the story if you know what I mean. But
yeah.
the point is that Desmond kind of
This is another series I need to get into anyway.
Broski, you missing like the best series the last generation could offer. You're like 10 years behind at this point.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't,
Yeah,
go
it means
into
you can
game
because
stuff.
now you're going to be 10 years behind on this generation too.
It ain't gonna take me 10 years to play a game.
Yeah, well, with the way you cover games, 10 years.
Oh, don't worry. I can beat game fast. I just need to go to GameStop. Since most of the games, if you look online, are like $15 nowadays.
Or you kind of buy a PC, and then you have a good PC, and you just buy it for a PC. You don't need to go to GameStop. GameStop rips you off, and GameStop's like balls, and oh, Brandon. Okay. We love this topic. Everybody loves this topic.
No topic. Online versus console.
No, PC versus consoles.
Okay.
And we talked about it, what you call it, a little bit in terms of, yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna beat all these 3 ships. These are like brigs and galleons. I can't beat them.
Lame.
It's not lame. I mean, I'm getting loot off of their booties, but they're really hurting me really badly. And there's 3 of them, and I can't really fight all 3 of them. And there's one of them is a pirate hunter, and I'm a pirate.
Take them down one at a time.
Bless you. I just said that. Beat me.
Und wie? Nazis! Gesundheit!
Gesundheit, you're fine.
We need to... I think we need more racial diversity in Machinima community.
Racial diversity? You already have pricks. What else more you need?
Pricks is a lifestyle, not a race.
Oh, please. To them, it's that same thing, you know. They don't know the difference between being polite and being impolite, so why should they know the difference between races either?
It is up to us to differentiate. Sad face.
Sad face.
I'm just saying, I mean, I know there is probably a Spanish Machinima community.
Oh, no,
out
there's
there.
a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them, bro. No joke. A lot of, like, Spanish-speaking and French-speaking Machinimas, they're all over the place. They're not here because the results we get when we search for Machinima are our American. It's not really, like, cross-continental or whatever crap. You know what I'm talking about?
I wonder, what would a Japanese Machinima be like then?
Oh, please don't say that.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean for the diversities. I substitute it with Australian or Chinese, whatever.
Okay, I love Australians. Australians are fine. Australians. Okay, I actually beat all the 3 ships and I survived. Can I say winning?
Winning! You see, that's what you do. You take them out one at a time, blast them in the face, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So, Brandon, can you just repeat the camera's gonna be back in a second? Or 10 minutes, I don't know.
The camera's going to be back in a second.
Yeah, the clown will be back. And actually, I'm taking a break from the clown face. It was too hot in it.
So hot.
Might as well. Wait, I have to check something anyway. Oh no,
well,
no message.
This message is supposed to be played at high volume.
Which message?
We need to have a German character then.
Why?
Why not?
Why do we need a German character?
Because, maybe have our characters fight space Nazis.
Oh, come on. Been done. Seen the movie. Fought Nazis. It was great.
A Machinima?
No, not a Machinima. Actual movie. Space Nazis.
Okay, let's use that idea.
To be honest, I'm telling you, half the reason why I like this game in particular is the pirate combat and the fact that it's so authentic. Like, I love reloading the pistols. It's a pain in the ass, but I love reloading them because I know it's one kill shot for most of the enemies. And it just looks cool when you just have that puff of smoke and whatnot.
Clean the barrel out, put a ball in.
You don't clean it out. You ram stuff into it. You
Oh
know
yeah,
how to
didn't
ram things into
wait.
it, right?
Weren't those guns like you have like a little packet of gunpowder or
Yep.
something that you shove down
Yep,
into it,
that's
and then you
called the
put the
shot.
ball?
It's called a shot. It actually came all together. What you do, you rip off the paper, you shove in you pour the powder down the barrel, you pour the powder on top of the firing pin, then you take the rest of it, which is a cotton ball and a lead ball, and then you take the ramming rod and you ram it down inside the inside the barrel, and you make it really tight so there won't be any loss of pressure. Then you have to cock back the
The hammer.
cock back the hammer, and only
I d-
after that you can press the trigger.
See, it's sort of weird. It's really well. I mean, I guess it's not too complicated, but
No, it's not. It takes. You can a good soldier could fire up to 3 shots a minute.
except for there are those. Remember that one story about the guy and his wife. His wife did all the reloading while he just constantly shot, and he had like 3 guns with him.
Well, that's why pirates carry a lot of guns with them, so they won't have to reload. I mean, it even says so in the game.
Doesn't your character have like 6 pistols on him or something?
No, I have only 2 right now. You can have 4 maximum, I think.
Lit. Well, I guess not lame, but
Well, you can kill 4 guys at once, or 2 bosses, or 2 officer types. That's good.
wait,
Kidding?
officers take 2 bullets?
Yeah, they take 2 bullets. They have like padded armor and whatnot.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see somebody bring a modern handgun just back into time. Just, oh, what is that little black thing you got there? It's
I'm
smaller
telling you,
than
watch
mine.
show called Sleepy Hollow. It's pretty cool, and they have a joke about that either. I mean, they have a joke about that as well. Sleepy Hollow.
I'm
It's so
guessing
sleepy.
I'm guessing it's not the one about the headless horseman, right?
Yes, it is the one about the headless horseman.
Really? Is it recent? Because I'm talking about the the one that.
It is about the headless horseman, and it is a recent one. Yes.
Okay, because I remember watching the old Sleepy Hollow where the woman got dragged into the ground at the end of the movie. Or
Oh,
dragged into the tree.
that wasn't about Sleepy Hollow. That was Brothers Grimm. That was
yeah.
completely different. And Brandon, by the way, the last movie you talked about wasn't Dragonheart. It was Aragorn.
What? No, you're thinking of Aragon.
Aragorn, first of all. Or well, Aragon, yeah. The blue bitch dragon. You're wrong.
No. No, that was Dragonheart I'm thinking of.
If you don't know who Bowen is or Draco, then you're talking about the wrong movie.
I know about Draco because they named they named the dragon of this movie Draco after his dad or whatever.
So,
And it had the whole during the movie Draco almost got tricked into giving his heart to a guy. He opened up his scales on his chest and everything, and
I
the
have to
heart was right
watch
there.
it. I have to watch it because I highly skeptical about this being an actual sequel to a movie that ended really well. And
All right,
knowing you and
Oh,
your
yeah,
style of
okay.
movies, you're like,
Hey, it was a good one.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it had a CGI dragon, but
There was always a CGI dragon, even in the original Dragonheart.
okay then. Huh. Yeah. Oh wait, no, he wasn't called Draco, but he was called Drake.
It was called Drake.
Oh yeah, like the dad is called Draco, and then the blue dragon who has like golden-ish scales all over his neck, and he has like he has really short, stubby, kind of soft-looking horns. His name is Drake.
You said soft looking. I laughed a little.
Image URL. All right, here. Let me. Here's a link to the front cover of it.
You realize I'm playing a game, right?
Yeah.
Come
it
on.
was
So
a
what
really
else? What
good
else? What did we talk about again?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. No. I think we stopped with PC versus consoles, cause about every single every single director I know, quote unquote, hates PCs and PC gamers, and I just laugh just a little bit Every time they complain about, oh no, look, PC elitists, they're gonna come and say, oh, look at our system, even your new PS4 cannot beat it, haha. And I don't understand what the hell is their deal. Brandon, you've been a console boy up until a few months ago, right? Or even less, a
Yeah.
month ago. Can you please explain to me why are you no longer a PC fanboy? I mean, console boy.
Um, I'm still enjoying like best of both worlds things. I haven't really played the console in quite a while though. Like
And
unless I'm doing something filming related, it's just
it's just right? You have a machine that is capable of doing so much more.
And seeing as how you can upgrade your PC whenever you want, whereas with a console you have to wait for the next installment to come out, you know, um, you can
I think
already
it's a
see.
no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean you can.
I mean, is it
upgrade
more
that.
expensive? Yes. So what are they complaining about? The fact that they're poor ass kids, or are they really just don't understand the concept of upgrading something?
It's probably just well, one poor. I mean, come on.
One or both?
Yeah.
I think it's both. I think they're too poor to afford a good gaming PC, and they just don't know how to do it, even if they did have a normal PC. This just you're capable of quote unquote learning how to use a freaking program, but you're incapable of learning how to put something inside your tower. You're
Well, I mean-
willing to buy a $200 capturing card for the inside or outside of your quote unquote computer, but you aren't willing to put that money to upgrading your computer. WTF might. WTF might. Seriously.
There's also the fact that a lot of people have their, have their buddies and stuff on the same system, I guess.
Well, okay, great. Okay. Are we talking about real life buddies or are we talking about internet buddies?
Why would I talk about internet buddies?
Oh, okay. No, hey, I have to clarify. Because I'll tell you right away. I have one friend who owns an Xbox. Okay, I have a bunch of people, but people who I usually socialize with a lot. I have 3 buddies who own the Xbox system, and none of them play it. No, literally, none of them play it. They bought it or got it as a present back in high school, and they never opened it. Ever. I'm the only person who actually plays the Xbox, or played at this point the Xbox. And when I asked why, actually I didn't ask why, I pretty much knew why, but the reason why is because we kind of enjoyed our life in high school. We weren't closed up or anything, so we pretty much did not have time for the Xbox. We were out way too often. I just made time. I'm just good at managing time, but that's not the point. None of them play it. So I'd assume that nobody has like 10,000 friends in real life, so they cannot possibly have at least 16 friends either. Brennan, can you even name 16 people that you can consider your friends?
Offline, no.
Offline, there you go. Offline, hell no. Why? Because do you know that on average you have like 4 to 5 friends?
Yeah, I mean, to
And
be honest,
every
you don't.
7 years, and that's based on some bullshit study, you lose a friend.
Yeah. I mean,
So
in the end, you don't need a ton of friends anyway. You
Oh,
just
of
need a
course not.
few. You just
But
need a few that you can really
remember, we
enjoy.
are talking about people whose life revolves around the internet and the need of attention. So, would you pretty much say that we kind of sort of proved that the reason why they hate the PC is because 1, they can't afford it, 2, they don't know how to do it, and 3 is because they don't have real life friends who can help them with it. Thus, they refer to the Xbox and the consoles as their quote unquote primary means of socializing, and that's
Yes.
why they hate the PC.
Let us go with that.
Yeah, I'm so mean. What you gonna do about that, Brandon?
I'm gonna cry.
Why? Why?
Dear goodness, don't worry.
Alright, Brandon, what else? What else? Before the camera comes back, let's have another topic.
Okay then. PC versus console. Goodness. What? Okay. PC versus console. The first one was what? Head bobbing? That
Head
was an odd
bobbing.
topic.
Then we had character armors. After that we had like, let me just do something. What after that we had character, yeah. Yeah, and then we had this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. I'm starting to see people doing. I'm, I'm actually getting into a lot of. How do I call it? I don't want to call it rogue like, but recently there's been a bit of a few people who are doing machinima that are less combat oriented and more along the lines of I don't know how you say it, drama.
We do drama,
Mm-hmm.
but
Like a lot of the ones that I've recently been in was an amnesiac who somebody who can't remember his past. Bada
oh,
bing,
thanks
bada
for explaining that. We have some people who don't know that.
bada. I almost saw you. You just jumped off a cliff. What are you thinking?
I'm
I
an
can roll.
American. I mean,
I'm
I'm
an
British.
I'm a British
I'm
assassin.
pirate.
I'm gonna jump all the way
pirate.
down to break my legs on my way to get a bottle.
But
He's a pirate.
okay then. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, roguelike.
Pirate.
There recently I got scouted for a character who is amnesiac. He can't remember anything, and he's doing that sort of quest to figure out what he's doing and bada bing. And I find that kind of refreshing because it's not that same old I'm out for revenge because so and so killed my waifu.
Even then, it's not a unique concept.
Well, of course not. Like I said, there's only 5 storylines in the entire world anyway.
Even then, I think this has been played quite a lot. Even if it wasn't action films, it was still played out quite a lot. I mean, Total Recall, perfect example.
And I think there was another one too. I think it was called Remember Me, or Remember Me. Like, I think the way you phrase it is important. One is
The
sarcastic, the other one
Forgotten,
is
you
like,
mean?
no. The thing is called Remember Me,
Mm-hmm.
and you start out as this chick who had her memory.
Oh yes. That's a game. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely right. Yes. You're yes. I heard
Then
it was
again-
a horrible game in terms of gameplay, but it was a very interesting story.
To be fair, I actually had to do a voiceover for a review of such game, or
Oh.
of that game.
Really?
I'll link it to you later.
Yeah, you'll let it, please.
Honestly, I understand why an amnesiac hero would work in a video game because one, since the player is supposed to be, you're supposed to put yourself into the story. Having a character who doesn't know anything is just like you anyway. All right, that's fine.
Winning.
But when it comes to a story, it can be played for more drama because it's kind of hard to be scared for your character if you're the one who's playing him. But if you see a guy in a story, you don't know what he's going to do, and it sort of depends on his personality. Like, don't you love it how in some films a guy with amnesia will wake up and see people and be like, "Who are you?" Even though they're people who knew him before he lost his memory.
I don't think it's funny. I think it's sad.
Well, I think it's played for drama because in real life that's not what would happen.
Okay, so I'll agree with you maybe that there are more films like that, but the quality of them, you're kind of forgetting that. Are they really that great of a quality? Just because the change in the direction that you believe is happening right now doesn't mean it's a good change, because if they can't execute it properly, you better not execute it at all.
We're just gonna have to see for them to actually be sent out before I can actually say anything about that, though.
Well, I'm just telling you the possibility of what. I mean,
Yeah.
look at how many action machinimas you see right now.
Yeah.
And excuse me, just because action is popular doesn't mean that the machinimas that we're seeing right now are even half as entertaining and half as personal as they must be in order to be successful. Because right now, all you see is, I'm going to say it, copy of Rise of the Spartans, or even better, Forgotten Spartans. All of these are just copies of Forgotten Spartans. You have absolutely nothing new in terms of action. You always have the same stupid heroes. Literally, I don't know how else to explain it.
You know, we actually do need a stupid hero again.
Well, we have stupid heroes. We have three of them.
Captain Assassin was a good stupid hero.
Oh, well, see, once again, I kind of never bothered watching that. I mean,
Yeah. Luffy is a stupid hero. If you
okay,
want
Luffy
that.
was the stupid hero, but you know, he wasn't stupid. He was goofy.
Yeah.
His
He
name
was
is
also pretty
Goofy.
stupid though.
Huh?
He was also pretty stupid though. Like,
Oh my god, I love the smoke. You can barely see anything after you fire like a few shots from the same spot.
nice.
Oh my god, now I have a pirate. I mean, pirate. What you call it?
You have a pirate. I mean,
Hunters after me.
wait, how would pirate hunters be any different than any other pirates?
Oh, because they're privateers. Because what I'm attacking are pretty much like loyal ships. Ships that are under the crown or like transporting goods for the crown. These guys are privateers. They don't really serve anybody. They're like mercenaries.
Ah,
I love mercenaries.
sort of weird. I would imagine getting hit by a cannonball would end a ship if you got shot in the right
No,
spot,
no,
right?
it wouldn't. Because those ships, first of all, they're made of wood. Wood floats. The ship won't just sink because of one puncture. There's also crews that patch those things up, just like they do on modern submarines. And you don't, when you attack a ship, especially if you're a pirate, you don't want to sink it. You want to
Yeah.
disable it. You want to remove the masts. You want to damage the gun ports, and you want to kill as much crew as you can, so you can take over the ship for their goods. Because
So
otherwise,
essentially, just turn it into a raft.
no, because you need the ship as well. Sometimes you recruit the ship for yourself. I'm talking about it from historical points of view. How do you think pirates bought their ships? No, they stole them. They repaired ships they destroyed or damaged. That's how they work. So, do you think thinking a ship is a wise thing? Plus, remember, cannonballs are round. You can't shoot below the waterline all that well because the water will slow down cannonball to a halt.
Dem old school gunplays.
See, that's why I love like naval combat. It's just so engaging. Even though it can get repetitive, I just love it.
Why don't they have multiplayer ship fighting in this game?
I think they will put it in later on.
If they did, I could imagine it'd be a good multiplayer thing. Just have a bunch of islands, have a vast ocean, and then just have a bunch of players go at
I
it.
kind of have it now here. Oh my god, there's only one island in my way and I bump into it.
Bonk.
What?
Bonk! You know,
What?
you bonked into an island.
No, I didn't
Ooh,
bump.
that was a good shot I just saw. Oh! On the stream right now, it shows that red-masted ship that just rammed you.
Yes, that's the pirate hunter.
It rammed you good.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right after you hit its bottom like a million times.
You mean its ass?
Whatever, you keel hold that thing almost.
Oh wow, I like the way you said that. Like if you see when I start like boarding it, you'll see that these are not like soldiers; they're privateers.
Yeah, for some reason. Oh, there's the island you just bumped into.
Stupid.
The camera suddenly turned and you were just like, oh shit. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, ba boom. We need more. Okay, I guess there's another topic. Settings in video games and in stories in general.
In
What do you
video games
think?
or Machinima? Come on, we have a Machinima topic.
I guess for Machinima, I can't really. I don't know. Halo can't really be in any other setting beyond sci-fi, and occasionally, if you want to BS it, you can call it a fantasy. If
Right, you keep that thought and talk about it.
see, when you say that, it ends up messing up my thought. Thanks, but
Yeah.
since Halo is the way it is, everybody's wearing armor. You can only have like a few settings for it. You could call it modern day and have them all just be wearing hazmat suits or something. Or you can try to make it fiction, you know, and have it be a fantasy setting or a medieval setting where you could say that they're knights and the energy blade is magic and those weapons they have are just miniature cannons or something that you would see, like you know, old school pistols like these that you see on Assassin's Creed. But you can't really mess around with the setting too much. So I wish there was more you could do. Hold on, I'm thinking. how could you like what settings can you do with Halo? I guess you could do modern with everybody wearing suits for God knows what reason. You can make it up. Um, I guess you could do modern. Obviously, you could do futuristic because everybody's wearing, super suits, and there are aliens, and there are special weapons and special vehicles everywhere, and there's teleportation and all that sort of fancy stuff. Um, but I don't think you could do very many like past settings, or you know, I did just say the medieval knight sort of thing, but plasma is still plasma, even if you call it magic. And if everybody in the series is going to be using nothing but swords, and there's like one guy who uses a hammer, I guess that's okay, but somebody has to have a gun. I guess you could call the plasma weapons staves, I guess, or wands. I don't know, make something up to legitimize it, but you can't have any of those humanoid weapons that are just all about firing kinetic bullets. That would also mean the vehicles themselves can't be used because, well, it's hard to think of. Vehicles would have to be monsters. We need more settings. I guess it sort of goes into what we were talking about last time with Skyrim and The Sims and Halo all being used for machinima. The setting sort of defines what they can be used for. Okay, well, if that's not going to work, then what else? 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 Ooh, sticky fingers. Hold on. Okay, whatever. Next topic. How about a... Wow, it wasn't live. What the hell was that? Next topic. Let's think of something fun. How about... diversity? Maybe? Yeah, sure. Diversity of machinima then. Yeah. I guess, as we were saying earlier, people are slowing down with action machinima. There's been a few, as we also said earlier, the roguelike machinima that are coming up, where it's not all about fighting, they're inching towards a plot. And I'd say those are the people who have, they're coming into machinima from doing something else. They're mostly adult-ish. I haven't seen very many good comedy things, though, since I know that most of the people who do comedy and action are the people who don't have the experience to do drama completely. The only reason I say that is because, comedy, while harder to do than action, it's still pretty easy to do. You can make up something funny. Just as an example, it'd be pretty damn easy to make a skit like, guy up in a tower trying to... Oh god. I want to avoid Skeletor, but Skeletor is such an awesome character. Just guy up in a tower trying to defeat somebody. It's an old cliched plot, but it's still
You
funny.
talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, oops. I'm talking about diversity still.
Oh yeah, about the comedy. You know my stance on comedies.
Yeah.
Sure, we have the other guys. Okay, fine. Comedy. But I still think comedies are stupidest and the easiest things to make. It doesn't... Okay, listen. What do you have... Okay. I'll tell you a reason why I don't like these people. If you remember Machinima Box Office. Do you remember Machinima Box Office?
Yeah, I remember them. They were the type of... Oh, weren't those people that were trying to do all of that reviewing of other people's stuff?
Yeah. It was 3 people. I think it was Little Timmy, Hancock, and the other guy. What's his name? Jesus Christ. Oh God, Little Timmy Hancock and what was the name of the other guy? See, I don't remember him. Not really important, but no, I know what his name is. Oh no, I don't. I forgot his name.
I don't know.
Anyway,
alright.
it's the same guys who do the Odd Spaces now. That
Oh,
sitcom.
Little Timmy. Little
That-
Timmy, Virus, and somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else. The other person is like supposedly he's big on Machinima because he does the lives off, I think. But to be honest, I don't see what the big deal, big fuss about that is. So I'm just gonna disregard it. But anyway, ever since that came out, how can you be? Sometimes I'm really boggled by the fact of people's ability to completely forget shit people do and then praise them as being these inspirational figures. I mean, they're not Mandelas. They're not
Aw.
Che Guevaras.
I'd say too soon, but it's not really a bad
Yeah,
thing to
yeah,
say
it's not bad.
Mandela as a
Yeah.
good light.
These people are literally kids on the internet who click two buttons and create an effect that any 5-year-old can do. And now you have these people reviewing somebody else's machinimas, and then when they being not contradicted, damn it, I forgot, not contradicted, I'll tell you right now. And when they're being confronted about it, there you go, that's what I'm talking about, they pretty much piss out, and just completely stop their channel. I mean, it got shut down really hard. They stopped doing it because they got so much bad feedback because of what they did. And then they sort of called us condescending because of what exactly? What did we do exactly that made us condescending towards everybody? Oh yeah, we fooled about 400 people into believing something that isn't true.
Yeah.
Without hurting anybody at all. Brendan, well, your feeling hurts.
Oh, my feeling hurts.
Yeah, so apparently it's okay to shit on other people's films and other people's work, but it's not okay to make fun of your friend and just goof around on the internet. Apparently that's what makes you a scourge of YouTube, but being a shithead to everybody else in the community isn't. Oh, sorry. But yeah, anyway, because of that reason, I do not watch any content those three guys release, no matter how good or how bad it is. I pretty much, once upon a time, I told myself that I wouldn't do that. That somebody's film is somebody's film. It's not necessarily a representation of them. Because, I mean, come on, you agree with that statement. Work is work.
Yeah.
It should be sort of praised. But you see, after a while, you kind of realize that there isn't really much to that work, except repetitive nature of that work.
Yeah.
And you realize, I don't want to watch this crap anymore. I mean, what? I was in one episode or one part of, what's it, Titan shit, whatever, Fall of the Titans, whatever you call them. Yeah. And I voiced for the second one. I don't know whether he used it or not, because, once again, when you're dealing with children, you pretty much, you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I stopped watching it. I'm just not interested in watching content from a person who doesn't follow through his ideals. So I stopped watching that. And Little Timmy, I watched Little Timmy Talks, and then I compared what he says to what I used to say when I was alone on the internet, quote unquote, and I realized something. You sound so whiny and so pathetic when you do like things alone without a second voice or third voice to help you bring it all together. That's why I always do live streams and stuff with you, Brendan, because I don't want to sound like some desperate little teenager complaining and bitching about YouTube's comment system.
Oh my. All right, I'll be right back. Stay on that roll.
Oh crap. Well, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna go play the game and wait for you to come back. Yep, burning a lot of bridges now. Burning a lot of bridges. Oh well. Not like they're important or anything, but still. But still. Enjoy the Assassin's Creed though. Probably gonna go check out the live stream, whether this works fine or not, once I dock. two of them. What you gonna do with the drunken sailor? What you gonna do with the drunken sailor? Alright, I docked. Let's see what's going on with you and me. Let's see. Yo ho, and up she rises, yo ho, and up she rises, yo ho, and up she rises early in the morning. Yeah, I will not be showing any unmandatory cutscenes because I don't want to spoil the story for you just yet.
Hey, Zigzag baby. I'm back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just upgraded the ship. Now I have 10 cannons per side.
Ooh, I can see you upgrading it right now. Broadside cannons, new item purchased. Alright. Wait, oh, you've got 38,000. Oh.
Realis. Yeah, I told you. I know how expensive it's going to be to upgrade the ship and whatnot.
I just sort of think it's funny that in order to upgrade, you go to a model ship.
Well, come on, man. Come on. What am I going to do about that? That's the way of the winning. Alright, so what was the topic we talked about?
The last topic we talked about was variety between
No.
things.
Before you left.
I remember we were talking about people. We were talking about Machinima box office.
There you go. So yeah, don't follow them at all. And I think ever since Machinima box office started, that's when you have this influx of people, and the groups formed when that happened. I think right during Machinima box office, quote unquote, existence, you have the separation of this so-called community.
Yeah.
Then you have these people who support Arbiter's side, people who support Sam's side, people who support Viratard's side, people who support Snapperhead's side, and you have this division of fans apparently that you can't be a fan of one person if you're already a fan of somebody else. Apparently you have to watch only their content, otherwise you're not a otherwise you're not a real good YouTuber or a fan, because you're watching somebody else's content instead of the guys.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
You understand the logic behind that stupidity at all?
I do not understand it.
Me either. But that's the way it is right now. If you're a fan of Arbiter's work, you're not allowed to be watching anybody else's work, because guess what? Nobody can be as good as Arbiter, so why the hell would I watch anything else?
Yeah. Though I do remember that back then we used to get comments saying, you know, I really like Arbiters, but I really love Elites of War. And I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, but you see, once again, back then we were sort of right there on the front lines, creating semi-action and semi-drama sort of machinima. But you also must remember back then Arbiter wasn't anything of a big deal. He was just a guy who did few light shows on YouTube and then created Frozen, or whatever the name of the series was, about a guy who was frozen, who was found frozen in a tundra on a mining station. And
I like that thought. Come on now. I liked Avatar.
okay, fine. Now that I think about it, I guess I know where he got his inspiration from. But that's besides the point. What I'm talking about is that he became big because he was promoted by a big website. And whoever gonna say no is because of his amazing skill, I've been there and I know what happened. And unfortunately, you cannot disprove me. Because if you go to Bungie.net, 3 times Arbiter's quote-unquote amazing machinima work was featured over there. And it was nothing more than him changing shades in post-processing after firing needlers, spikers, and guns. And creating mirror effects. I mean, back then it was sort of a big deal because, oh my god, look what he did. But to a machinima guy, you kind of know what he did. And you kind of laugh at people think that's amazing. One thing that he did kind of innovate upon at the time, and even then, it was a lightsaber duel he had in Halo 3 map Guardian. And that was kind of fun, I'll be honest. That was fun, but once again, it was featured on Bungie.net. It wasn't by his own merits. There was a outside force that pushed him to become quote-unquote big. While when he was supporting us, he was relatively small. He had no more than 10, 15,000 subscribers at the time. That's when he supported us. That's when we sort of also got our little moment of fame because of Elites of War, and because of the fact that we were one of the first machinimas doing stuff in Reach, and still using Halo 3 by the end of its existence and cycle.
Yeah.
But right now, people sort of take advantage of his 60,000 viewer subscriber rate, and they pretty much believe that they're good because they're being supported by him. I'm pretty sure if we got into contact with him right now, much like everybody else did, we probably would have been just as big as everybody else right now. We'd probably be like an 8,000 range of subscribers, probably be up to 2.5 million views. Guaranteed.
Let's sell out, Mikey. Let's sell out.
Yeah, let's sell out. I mean, Vizio approached us. Machinima.com approached us. We denied it for a reason.
Yeah.
Because probably we're stupid, but regardless. That's not the point.
Goodness.
So wait, I didn't want to deviate from there, but where were we going with it?
Talking about Machinima box office stuff.
No, we're done with that. We're done with that.
I'm still saying we should just totally sell out.
Oh no, sell out.
We need some
Oh,
money.
yeah. That's where all the groups started forming. Primarily because of the website called Damon Production, or Demon, or however you want to spell it.
I think it's pronounced Damon, but
Yeah, I think it's like Matt Damon, I suppose. But whatever. Yeah, that's where the grouping started, and that's where I kind of lost interest in anything regarding with other people. And people don't really, like, machinima directors don't really hold to themselves once they become relatively minor big. I don't know how else to say it. So, I mean, all of them changed. Everybody from 2010, early 2010, changed into complete douchebags who hold together as some sort of a hooligan band. You like that word, hooligan?
Hooligan!
Yeah, you pretty much don't have what we had before. Before, fans would watch everybody's work, and machinima directors would love each other, because if you help somebody else that will help you, you like somebody else that will like you, without any sort of bad karma lurking or some nefarious thoughts. You know, or hey, if I help him, I'm gonna be big. That wasn't even on anybody's mind at the time. As opposed to now. Right now, I heard Virus complain that Arbiter did not like his work enough on YouTube, so he did not get enough views for it. I heard him complain about it.
Oh. What was that?
Oh, it wasn't an interview he did for this British guy.
Oh my.
Yeah, there's a British guy, he does interviews for a bunch of Machinima directors.
That reminds me. What happened to Machinima News?
Oh, he moved. He was moving, and apparently, I think the move is just taking that long. He just can't get his act together. It's not his fault, though.
I mean, he was doing a fairly awesome job anyway. Whether or not he is keeping updates now, I miss it because he's been gone for a couple months, and I heard he was going to boot camp and stuff like that. And
well, I'd much rather him to go to boot camp than waste time on YouTube.
Yeah, I just really I liked his stuff because it was a little helpful.
You know what? I'll be honest. The moment he asked other people to do it,
was a no.
It just went to shit.
Yeah,
it just went to crap.
He got a few bad people to do it, even when good people actually offered to do it. But
yeah, that's what I call bad decision making. He could have at least passed the torch to somebody. If you would have done that, I think he could have kept his series up until he came back.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually been a history in terms of people who would start something and then they would put it on somebody else and then come back and because they weren't around the entire time, the project would go to hell. I guess the biggest
example, give me.
Biggest example, I was part of one.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of Damon and Virus and everybody else, they had tried to do a big collab of a type.
I remember that.
Yeah. It was originally started by this guy. I think his name was like John something Phoenix Productions.
A nobody.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, let's be honest, a nobody.
And he started it. He got a whole bunch of people together, and for first couple of weeks, it looked like it was going to be an awesome freaking thing. But eventually, it just sort of broke apart because the guy left for a couple months, and then by the time he came back, everybody's egos had already run their course. People were already trying to be, leader of the thing, and it just sort of faded apart. And I'm really mad because of that, because we made a really good character. Me, King Sangos, and some other guy made...
Oh, I have another story about King Sangos. He actually not a bad guy.
Me, King Sangos, and some other guy. We made a really awesome character for a really awesome plotline, and it was a really good... Was
it better than mine?
I don't know. That's up to perspective, but...
Your perspective, give me now. That's right. Suck up to me.
Since it doesn't really matter, I'll just tell you now what the character was like. He was a sort of a... He was a sort of a scientist type character, okay?
A geek, okay, get it.
Yes.
You see how easy I did that?
I'm just saying this sort of... I'm not exactly expecting the Machinima to come out since, the group fell apart, so I guess it's public... I guess I can consider it public domain enough to just talk about it now. But there was a character we were making. I forgot what he was named because it's been so long. But he was supposed to be a scientist character because the Machinima we were planning was a sort of zombie... zombie contagion type Machinima.
It was doomed to fail anyway.
And the way it was going to happen was, city somehow gets infected.
You don't have to explain all. Just get to the point.
Hold on. Everybody's wearing suits, and our character, the scientist type, he was a bit of a dick. He wasn't the nice guy, but he was the scientist who was working behind the scenes to help everybody, more or less. The jerk with a heart of gold type character.
Yeah, but that's not really unique.
And what happened is, well, I'm not saying he's unique. I just said I like the character, but what happened with the character was he purposely infects himself a little bit. He kind of gives himself the contagion until his body makes an immunity to it. Then once his body is immune to it. He sort of uses his blood as the antidote for the virus. But the only way to get enough of the antidote to everybody is to have himself be drained completely of blood. He'll die, and everybody else will be, cured. And I thought that was the most awesome way to die ever for a scientist.
So they pretty much kind of copied Mass Effect. Okay.
Mass Effect did that?
No, they didn't actually do that. But
Well, then, hey.
A scientist sacrificed himself. People will know who I'm talking about. Morden.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't played Mass Effect, so no, I I didn't think of that, but whatever. The guy purposely infects himself to give everybody else the chance, and I thought that was a really awesome turn. And I was so sad because I liked the character so much, and I liked the way he died so much, and nothing ever happened of it.
Well, that's why I hate collabs. You have to rely on some douchebag 1,000 miles away.
Yeah. Oh well. There's always a chance to put it in Elite Force somewhere.
He's like, damn it. He's like, will he do it? Say yes. Well, we have a character like that.
I don't think we're gonna sacrifice him like that, are we?
No, it's kind of stupid, I'll be honest.
Exactly. So, either that or I can always make a short or something in tribute of such the idea.
The tragic hero, huh?
No, he was no hero. He was doing his job. That was all.
Tragic hero, that's what you call a tragic hero.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Oh, you're being sarcastic, now I get it. I check the comments if there are any.
Just Boswell saying, "Damn it, I missed half of the stream."
I can't always go back.
Yeah, you could go back and watch an entire hour's worth of stream.
There was a clown face once.
Yeah, and then it nearly suffocated poor Mike.
Yes. It has.
I'll try to do VA work tonight. Oh, what was that?
It was, I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
You're hearing things.
Goodness. Okay. We need more storylines, Mikey. We need more storylines.
Plenty of story lines.
Yeah. We need more. We need more that are out there that are actually enjoyable to watch. Because there's a fine line between having a bunch of stories and having a bunch of good stories.
We never released any just stories.
True.
I mean, have we?
I can't really think of any. I mean, I guess the shorts, but those shorts were made for entertainment in a comedic aspect anyway. So I guess we wouldn't really care about too much about a storyline.
Yeah.
But
And we're not working on Elites of War. Yet. Oh well. Oh well. How long was this going on for already? Hour and 17?
Yeah, we've been at it for a good amount of time.
You know, for the next one, let's just work on what you call on topics beforehand, like we always do.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I always say that.
Alright, we can wrap this up then. And then come up with topics and do some more.
Alright then. I guess we're done talking about negative things.
Maybe in the future.
We're going to rip the hell out of you later.
Alright, say your BBs.
My babies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Starting with the adios.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. Adios.
Fast.
Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen. Do svidania. And goodbye.
There's a rabbit dying somewhere.
Poor rabbit.
Adios.
It's a good day, folks. Awkward silence commencing.
Yeah, I can't end the stream for some reason.
No, it's okay. We'll sit there and wait.